This afternoon, full enforcement of containment measures aimed at halting the spread of coronavirus infection in Ghana kicks in as travelers from high-risk countries are turned away at the airport. 2 Italians coming into Ghana last night were the first to be affected by the strict measures. In Parliament, members of Parliament are considering a bill from the Attorney General which will give legal backing to the measures announced by President Akufo-Addo. Parliamentary correspondent Joseph Oppong Nkrumah will join us shortly with an update later, but also will be demonstrating to you how you can thoroughly wash your hands right here in the studio. But as containment takes off, we take you out to the ground to see how Ghanaians are complying and how they're coping. First, though, a look at the travel restrictions announced by Information Minister Oppong Nkrumah.
All travel to Ghana is strongly discouraged until further notice at this point in time. Any traveler, except for Ghanaian citizens and persons with Ghana residence permits, who within the last 14 days has been to a country that has recorded at least 200 cases of COVID-19 will not be admitted into the Ghanaian jurisdiction. Airlines are instructed not to allow such persons to embark. Border posts are instructed not to allow such persons into the jurisdiction. There will now be a mandatory 14-day self-quarantine for persons who are otherwise allowed to enter the Ghanaian jurisdiction. Guidelines for self-quarantine will be made available at the various Ghanaian ports of entry. Enforcement protocols are being deployed in collaboration with state security and health authorities. Persons determined to be unable to satisfactorily self-quarantine will now be quarantined by the state. Any admissible traveler who exhibits symptoms of COVID-19 will be quarantined and tested upon reaching Ghana. Item 1 on this travel advisory takes immediate effect. Items 2, 3, and 4 take effect at 1 p.m. on Tuesday, March 17, 2020. We also would like to give a quick update on a public gathering advisory and then an update on public education. The Ministry of Health preventive measures are strongly encouraged at this time, including the following. If you have to attend a large gathering, please observe social distancing. 2, organizers of large gatherings and managers of workplaces should ensure provision of hand-washing stations and sanitizers and should put in place systems for frequent cleaning and disinfection of washrooms and frequently touched places such as doorknobs and stair rails. 3, organizers and managers should also make available adequate waste management facilities such as single-use tissues and closed bins. 4, information should be made available to attendees at regular intervals on the observation of preventive etiquette. This public gathering advisory is subject to change.